YouTube family, this is Francie with Francie's Joy, and I just wanted to come and talk to you about, well, what's going on and a conversation I had with ChatGPT. So, if you want to hear about that, watch the video and let's just get started. So, my last video was about a hike, which was great, except for the fact that I have plantar fasciitis in my right heel, and I thought I had waited long enough. I've been wearing inserts, I'd gone to the foot doctor, all these things, and well, that hike just totally sent me way back to the beginning after months of not walking or just walking what I have to walk. And so that was very frustrating because I really wanted in January to start hiking more and being out. And I had found that trail and I thought, oh, this would be so cool for me to come out and hike this trail before it gets hot. And so, yeah, it knocked me down. So it's so painful. I was driving the other day, and you know, when you drive, you're putting your foot rests on your heel because the top of your foot is on the gas pedal, right? Or the brake, or the gas, or the brake. I was in so much pain. Tears just started coming down. I just thought, oh my word, just because I went for a walk. So that was very frustrating. But again, it's getting better. But again, I know if I go out and walk like that, I'll be back where I started. So I don't know what to do about that. I've done everything I know to do, the doctors, the stretching, all the things. I do know if I would try to get sugars and carbs out of my life, I am trying, truly I am, but a very much sugar addiction is just huge. And I can tell, I think I have more of a sugar addiction than a carb, but I am trying, very much so. I want to limit my diet to protein and fruits, and so, because vegetables tear my stomach up, so, and I know there's a reason behind that, and I'm not going to go into it right now. But so let's talk about the question I asked ChatGPT. I'm going to be 60 this year, and so you start thinking about retirement. And of course, I've thought about retiring before retirement age if I could. I would love to live in a van down by the river and be able to support myself in all these things that all these other people on YouTube you see doing. And it's not just YouTube people. There are a ton of people that live that lifestyle. I was watching one of Cheap RV Living's videos, and they were asking people, what would you tell a new person starting out? They asked all these people, and I've never seen them on YouTube. So you know there are thousands of people out there living this lifestyle that do not have a YouTube channel. And because not everybody does YouTube channels, you know. So anyway, I am going to try to be more intentful, purposeful, and making more videos to try and make this channel grow, because I think in that it will help me be successful in the goals that I have for my life, which is to retire and live in a van or an RV. So I look at RVs all the time and oh, I just dream. I want it so bad. Have you ever wanted something just so bad? And a lot of times in my life, what I do desire comes true. I have owned a couple of vans, and I have lived or gone camping in them, not lived in them, but gone camping in them, and it was amazing. But I guess it just wasn't the right time. And waiting for the right time, that's what is very hard. So let's get to what I asked ChatGPT. I think I had put in the questions about living in an RV and stuff like that, just to see what it would say. So, should I retire at 62? And I told ChatGPT a little bit about myself. Plus, it has the history from everything I've asked it. So it kind of starts building a knowledge of who you are, which is just really cool. And so I told it that all my blood siblings are no longer living. None of them made it to 62. My whole biological family is not living anymore. And so I gave it that background, gave some background that I have AFib, being overweight. You tell it all these things. So this is what it told me. Thinking about retiring at 62 it's a transition, and it takes courage, of course, to decide, hey, I'm going to retire at 62. You're doing something where you're aging with intention instead of just letting ourselves age and sit on the couch and watch YouTube videos all day. And we're going to trust God. I'm going to retire at 62 and trust that God is going to take care of me for the next season. See? And then retiring at 62 allows us to choose a gentler life. So this channel, it's not just about camping. It's not just about my desire to live simply or in a van or down by the river in a van, whatever, in an RV. It's about becoming brave enough to live gently and honestly. Becoming brave enough to live gently and honestly. So here's what it said. Choosing to retire at 62 is rational, wise, and a deeply human decision given my family history. I'm in my daughter's room because she is out of town and she has a new kitten, and we have contained it to this room. So I don't want to open it and let it run the house. But I also don't want it to be in here alone. So I sit in here, not all day, but I've come in here while I'm working on this video. I started watching Pete's Dragon, but it's getting to the point where they've captured the dragon, and now it's too stressful for me. And so I just can't watch movies that are stressful like that. I know he's going to escape, but I just can't. Anyway, okay, so it told me that I'm choosing time, health, and peace while I still can enjoy them. I have notes here, so I remember everything. The decision makes sense financially and personally. Longevity is not guaranteed. So I'm not guaranteed to live to 65 or to 67 or however old God is going to allow me to live on this earth. It allows you to receive your benefits while you're still healthy enough to use them. It reduced risk of never fully enjoying retirement. So if I wait until I'm 67, and I could have a lot of health issues by then and not be able to enjoy anything. It also allows me to avoid working under stress and physical strain. Now, I'm not sure my job has too much physical strain, except walking around a hilly campus. But the stress is definitely, oh my goodness, the stress is so bad. I tried to take on a part-time job at Sylvan Learning Center. I had worked for them before, so I checked in, can I work for them again, because I needed to save money. One, for an RV or a van, or two, my daughter's wedding in June. And so, I just need extra money. And the stress at working at Sylvan was so extreme. You have to tutor like 3 kids at once, and they're all different levels, all different things. And it's supposed to work so some are working, being guided. No, they're working independently, and then you can work with, like 2 work independently while you can work on the 3rd one, and you alternate that. No, that's not what was happening. I had all of them always needing my guidance, so that is impossible. So after about, I think, a week and a half, maybe it was 2 weeks, I thought that I can't do this. This is causing me more stress, and it's not supposed to be about that. So I thought, I like to make YouTube videos. I like to crochet and create. That is what I need to do. and try to make extra money through that. And are you up there? She's behind me. What are you doing? Silly cat. This is such, there she is. She is such a busy kitten. We've never really had a kitten because I've always rescued animals. They've been, probably under a year, but they've lived outside all their life, so they're usually not like this. So I'm not sure about this one's history. We got her at a shelter too, so. All right, so what does it mean to retire at 62? Well, you're going to have a lower monthly Social Security check. I don't know for sure what mine is. I have to call and check, and when you call, you have to wait on hold for hours. I forgot to do it over Christmas break, so my next time to be able to wait for hours is spring break. And I did call one time and said that, I hung up saying they would call me back. They don't, so don't choose that option. So spring break, I'm going to try and stay on hold again, see if I can find out what my take home will be, because I can collect on my ex-husband's, and I want to know how much that would be compared to mine. They're going to give you the higher amount, but I'm just curious. I can see what mine will be, but I want to know if I did it that way, would it be higher? Because that would benefit me greatly. Anyway, and of course, health insurance is an issue when you retire early. What I'm hoping is that I have created a second income either through YouTube or something else, and I just have a savings account for health. I do have some medication that I take. One of them, I've reduced the amount that I take it. I don't take it twice a day anymore because it's not needed twice a day. And so those are just collecting, and I'm just saving them in case, I need them. Anyway, what I'm going to gain is time, energy, mobility, freedom, of course, freedom, the ability to travel and live simply. Here's a statement about money. The money you never get to enjoy has zero value. Money you never get to enjoy has zero value. So if I don't live until I'm 67, that money I was waiting for has no value because I'm no longer living. So when I told ChatGPT that, hey, I plan to live in an RV, and at that time, I didn't tell it about YouTube channels. I just said living in an RV, maybe camp hosting or whatever. And of course it says, oh, that's wonderful. Anyway, but the benefits of living in an RV or a van, low fixed expenses, which we already know. There's flexible income. I can do little jobs here and there. With Social Security, you can earn so much. And with the little jobs I have, I'm not going to be making millions. So the housing is reduced, obviously. You are living with purpose, and there's no pressure. There's not the pressure. I know there's other stresses, and you guys, I'm not crazy. There's going to be stresses living in a van and traveling like that. So there just is. But you're going to have a life that doesn't depend on me being perfectly healthy, though I do want to get healthier. That is my goal. It doesn't punish me for slowing down. I can't slow down as a teacher. It is a fast-paced job, and it never stops. By the time I get there at 7 o'clock, I work until I decide to go home. There is hardly any time to go to the bathroom. People just don't get it. They just don't get the work it takes to teach the lessons and the prep on the lessons, and then the managing 130 students in all of their work and their behavior and their questions. Yeah, anyway, in this type of lifestyle, you can do it as simply, or you can, get bigger RVs. So the question isn't, should I wait to 67? That's not the question. It's already been answered. I'm going to retire at 62. Now I have to figure out, well, how do you claim at 62? How do you keep my monthly expenses low and predictable? Because you don't want to have those, oh my word, I can't believe I need $2,000 for a transmission, right? You don't want those surprises. Or if you do have those surprises, you've got money in the bank to cover it. And setting up a lifestyle that supports your health. And so in the end, ChatGPT basically told me I was not being dramatic. Okay, I never even thought I was. I'm not being impulsive. Okay, but I'm being intentional, and that's what matters. So anyway, I thought it's interesting. If you ever want to throw something through ChatGPT, it is kind of interesting. I'm going to share some other things that it's told me, other things I've asked it about saving for an RV. I don't know. You can just ask it anything. It is kind of humorous, and it helps put things in perspective too. And of course, I've already prayed to God about this. So God is always my number one to ask for, what do you call it? Discernment and wisdom in making decisions. So I definitely have prayed for that. God does not have a back and forth conversation with you. And I believe he talks to you through other people. Maybe he talks to me through ChatGPT. I don't know. But when I ask for discernment and wisdom, I ask for clarity and say, hey, I would like to have clarity that this is the right decision that I'm making to retire at 62. He's not going to come down there and say, hey, Francie, the decision, that's not going to happen. But he may give me enough guidance. Either he knows I research, so he's going to lead me to watching YouTube videos that talk about retiring at 62, and the right one may pop up. Already ChatGPT has reassured me that this is the right decision. So I think God does that. He talks to us through people and through other resources. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you're finding joy. I hope you're bringing joy to people. I sent a friend of mine a gift package. Oh my goodness. Say hi. Say hi, Raja. Her name is Raja. And you is a tiger. It's such a crazy cat. Oh, she's going to slow down for a minute to be petted. But anyway, I even forgot. Now you made me forget what I was saying, you crazy cat. Isn't she cute? She's so cute. What you looking at? You're calmed down for a minute. She's usually ready to jump right off. Is you calm? Okay, you're not going to get on the table. Yeah, she's eyeing the table. I don't even know what I was saying. But I'm going to close this video out and bring people joy. That's what we were talking about. Oh, I had sent a friend a package, and she of course, she loved everything. And it's just stuff I make. It's no big deal. But it's so cool to see her be happy about it. So anyway, all right, I will talk to you in the next video, and hopefully I'll be producing these more frequently to try to grow this channel, to help it be something that I can create a future with. Thanks for watching.